Everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. Happy Friday. We got Polkadot we're going to talk about today. We got a couple charts we're going to give out to you, some targets to the upside, downside, support, resistance levels, all that good stuff. So if you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, and Patreon, all linked in the description below. Let's get going. 5-day Gaussian channel. This is the first chart. Where are we? Well, we're range bounding between the top line and the median line. We tried to break out, but not so fast, right? We're back in it. We're as long as you remain above this median line in the Gaussian channel, you're still okay. Because as you see, if you close, a couple candles below that median, you're more than likely going at least down lower, if not to the very bottom. As you can see, this wick almost to the penny, right to the bottom. So Gaussian 5-day channel is very important. What's our next target? Well, this top side, plain and simple, right there, top line. If we close above that with the 5-day candle, much more bullish than where we are now. So $34. We got to close above 34 and we can start getting more happy. All right, daily. Let's go to the daily. See if we got any better signs. We'll look at, the daily. You can use the daily on a Gaussian and it helps you give you like maybe a head start. But the daily chart Gaussian channel has more fake outs than the 5-day. The 5-day is most reliable. Do you like my Trump mannerisms? Very bigly. We gotta get above watch day to day over this weekend, right? We have 4.5 hours till this candle closes. I'm guessing this is some kind of a glitch on the Coinbase's or TradingView's system. Notice the gap here. But we want to close this candle above this top line on the daily chart to start with. I'd say around just shy of $32. If we close that today, fantastic. We're close now, right? So that's a good sign. Okay, let's hope for that. Let's go to the next chart. We have our golden cross, bear cross, death cross. What did I say, bear cross? It's kind of the same, right? There's your death cross. Usually not good for the, next several days, several weeks, which turned out to be quite correct. Now we've taken an about face, going back the other way. We've just had our golden cross with Polkadot. But most times when you get a golden cross, price action for the next, several days tends to not be so great. A lot of people think you get a golden cross, you're just going straight to the moon. And if you look on any coin, most charts, that tends to be quite the opposite for the short term. Long term, this is exactly what you need to get bigger moves, as we're doing right now. You want your price action above your 200-day simple moving average, which is found in the purple, and your 50-day simple moving average found in the orange. Those need to be crossed, right? You want your 50 on top, and you also want your price action on top, and then you're in textbook bull market, bull territory. So any big moves you see out of any coin will happen when prices are above your 200-day and you have a golden cross. Perfect. Okay, next, Polkadot. We have a weekly chart for Polkadot. This is what we've shown you. We showed you this last week in our last Polkadot video. These lines are not changed. You can use these for the next several months, maybe even several years. Probably not several years, because after we clear, $45, the all-time highs, you're not going to need these lows anymore, hopefully. Knock on wood. I got some wood. Bad joke. But to the low side, our May drop, we dropped right to this at 17, mid 17s, right? So that will be our nice support. If we go down lower than that, you're looking at these candles also, back in these areas, 13, 12, 11, 10. Why did it fall right to 10 back in July? It's these previous, look at this big jump up. It wicked right to the tops of this candle, almost to the penny again. So short term, what are we looking at? Well, we came down to this support level that we had drawn around $25. Nice bounce off of that, closed up a little higher. And we did it again. So this is turning into nice support. We closed this candle here, right? A lot of wicks over here, wick over here. Look at all these touch points. More touch points, the stronger the trend line. Support resistance is included in that. So we've broken this yellow line, which is around $30, right? If we close above here, that's step one. Step two, we need a second consecutive weekly close above here. And then what's likely? I'm glad you asked. We're getting ready to, more than likely, the odds in crypto, you have to play the odds, nothing's for certain. More than likely, we'll be testing this. If we close, now we could do it sooner, right? We don't have to wait another week. We could do it this week. That would be a hell of a green candle, wouldn't it? But let's say we close this week's right around here, right? We just stay level. Next week, come October 4th, new candle, we want to close anywhere above here. If we do that, where's the next target? The next level line right here. What is that? 44, right? Our all-time high closing candle, which actually closed at 44.30. If you see a weekly candle for Polkadot closing at 44.31 or higher, game over. This is what you want to see. You want to see you breaking previous all-time highs. Look at this. When you break that, massive move, right? So that is what we want to do again. We break 44.30, massive move should be expected. Next chart. The RSI for Polkadot. Look at this on the daily chart. So this is Polkadot's entire history here. So RSI is just relative strength index. So the higher it goes, you know, the stronger it is. Relative strength index. That's what that is. Now, when you start getting above this dotted line, that tends to be getting to the more overbought territory. So a lot more people are buying and very few people are selling, which tends to be the good time to maybe start locking in some profits, taking something off the top, putting in a stop loss. It doesn't always have to reverse like right after this. In fact, a lot of coins don't. In fact, you could go to 90 or even 100 is rare territory. Above 90 is super rare. So if you put up 90 on any coin, just not financial advice, but you might want to, you know, check yourself before the coin wrecks yourself, right? So we found a nice downtrend after our peak. And now we made this is our $10 bottom, right? That we made back in July. And then the explosive move all the way up to 30, right? Over 30, right? 35, almost 40, I believe that dot got to. That is this explosive move here. Now we're simmering back off again. So what we want to look for in the coming days, well, you got to break this trend. How do we do that? Well, you can draw an imaginary top line here. It doesn't have to be perfect, just something like that, right? If you see something that gets outside of this and starts holding that as support, that would be a good sign that Polkadot's going to continue in that direction. So you can do that. Look at the last one, right? Go practice this and you make yourself a better trader. Look at, you notice anything that happened when we got above it? Look at that explosive move, right? That's when you would know that right in this area, late July, Polkadot was probably going to continue for a little bit, which it did. All right. Let's look at the next one. We got the Bollinger Bands. How do these help? Well, they tell you volatility. How much volatility? Well, it depends on the spread of the bands. Really tight like this, price action is not going to do much. Really wide like this, price action could get, you know, pretty crazy, unpredictable. What you want to see is a mouth opening like this. You want the lines diverging away from each other. It's starting to, right? It's opening a little bit, but what's the concern here? We don't have a price action above here. We're trying to hold this median line. If we get up in here and start candles closing, it's more likely than not, we're going to the top line. $38 right now. If we close multiple green candles up in this area and hold that median line as support, that's what's likely to happen next. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's look at it on the weekly, see what we got. Weekly, we're still closing down. How can we reverse this? Well, simply, you just put in some more green candles and this mouth will start to reverse. It'll start to do like this. This is a textbook Bollinger Bands, what you want to see on a big scale. Look at that. You get up towards the top and you never even come back down. The longer you can hug that top line, the more bullish the action. Now, 95% of your price action on any coin will happen within inside these Bollinger Bands. So as you can see, the more extended you get, the more likely it is at some point in the not so distant future, you're going to snap back in here, at least temporarily. You can see here, up, snap back in a little bit, up, snap back in a little bit, up. So it acts as like rubber bands pulling you back in. You can get pretty crazy. Bitcoin got pretty crazy. A lot of coins get pretty crazy. But if you're starting to get, 10, 20, 30% outside of this, that's your warning sign that things are about to at least temporarily correct for the moment. All right, next chart. Plain and simple naked chart. No lines, no nothing. These are just monthly candles for Polkadot. What do we see here? Well, besides the general massive uptrend here, what do we have? One clear level, and this is what you want to watch on a monthly scale. Just like we talked about before. This is your level that you want to watch for Polkadot right here. This candle, all-time high monthly closing candle, big, very bigly. All right. Closed at 37.12. 37.12. If we close this month, October, November, whenever it is, you can see we're already green on October, right? A lot of coins are for today. Great start to October. If we can close above this candle, 37.12, we're ready to rock and roll on a monthly candle. Now we have to close it, right? Not enough to just get the price action. We could go to, 38. Look at this, right? We got to 50 for DOT, but we closed back under our previous candle, right? Look at these wicks. This is where price action was. The candle's closing is the big deal. And if we close a monthly candle, which we still have at least 30 days left, right? We have to get past Halloween before this candle closes. But come Halloween evening, you're eating your little Reese's Pieces and chewing your teeth out. I don't know what you do. If you see DOT closed above 37, this candle, 37.12, but DOT is closed above this, after you're on your sugar high, you might want to sell all the candy, sell the kids' Halloween costumes, and just bet the Halloween farm on DOT. Not financial advice. Don't do that. But you could. All right, let's see what else we got. The moving averages, our exponential moving averages are 21, our 50 or 100 week or day, and our 200 day. Notice the wick right to the 200 day. 200 day moving averages tend to be a good spot to have some bids in at all times. Just throw that out there. Okay, so let's see what we got. Well, first of all, we got our moving averages sorted out, which is what you want. Why do we want that? Well, let's go look at history. Notice the massive moves. Notice the sort outs. Least to greatest is what you want. Notice the gaps between these. This is exactly what you want as well. You want big gaps, not these little tiny stuff, right? We're starting to do it. Look at this big gap, right? Big price action, but look what's happening right now. Notice this 21-day EMA bouncing, reversing. We're starting to hopefully widen this gap. What happens when you widen the gap? You widen the price. The price goes up. So this is what we want to see for Polkadot. Everything is looking great. Nice bounce off the 100-day. Perfect. Let's go to the weekly, see if we got anything different. Weekly. Well, look at the price action. This is our 21-week EMA now. If you want coins to be bullish, you hope your price is above the 21-week. Where are we now? Above the 21-week. Where were we back then when we were exploding? Above the 21-week. So look at all these wicks. After we've gotten above it back in August, support, 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 support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're in our 8th consecutive weekly candle holding above your 21-week support line. Great sign there. So we want to close again above this. Clear our nice. Look at this candle. What any takers? What that is? Dragonfly Doji. Pretty close. I don't know if it's textbook. It's a little too thin or a little too thick, right? You want a little bit thinner, but that is a super bullish candle. Price action all the way down to $22. Closed. It closed at 36. Bound to 20. That's a hell of a week, huh? So Polkadot's looking still quite good. So that's that for Polkadot for the day. Hope you liked it. Happy Friday. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. 5-Day Crypto. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, and Patreon. Peace out. Go enjoy your Friday. Cheers. All that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one real soon.